Alright, boys and girls, I'm the Cowboy Wrangler, and it's time to roll out. What's going on? Oh, God. What's going on? Alright, the Cowboy Wrangler's back. This is Chase Knock here. Blue Futon reviewing Twisters. So what is this one about, my boys and girls? Pretty simple. We are in Oklahoma, and we gotta figure out why all these tornadoes are happening. You know what I mean? Those tornadoes are happening. And at the meantime, we have two storylines. Of course, we have, the girl who lost a lot of people. She has a lot of angst in her. But she moved to New York, and like 5 years later has passed, you know what I mean? And one of her friends who did survive, he's like, wait a minute, come back, I need you for a week. Then she's like, okay, I'll be in Oklahoma, you got a week. But then, there's someone else, the Tornado Wrangler, and he's like, Hadden-Paton, and we're gonna be like, YouTube channel, and do all the crazy shit like fireworks tornado, and we're gonna have a complete badass time. Oh my god, that might have been the worst southern accent ever. I'm sorry for all my viewers. Holy cow. That is embarrassing, and I'm sorry. So let's talk about the 4DX experience. And it's freaking amazing. I mean, seriously. Water, check. Moving of the chairs. Double, triple, quadruple check. There's like craziness, like, and you're just like, oh my god, it doesn't stop. But it's like, you know what? I felt like, because I'm in Florida, right? I felt like some of the audience members might have had PTSD from Hurricane Michael. I could be wrong. But also, I just feel like maybe in Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, those parts of America, they might go into this movie half PTSD if something like this really occurred to them. So I do think about that when watching it with the 4DX experience. But if you want a fun, just ridiculous, badass roller coaster ride of tornadoes and water, this is for you. But let's talk about the movie itself. I think it's a fun freaking film. I think it does what it's supposed to do. It has fun characters in and throughout. It has a decent storyline of what the girl wants to do. It has some decent storylines of, Glen Powell's character. We have this deep story of Anthony Ramos as well. I mean, they do things completely different, but they have their own agenda just because of some things that happened in the past. Not for one of them, but for the other one for sure. So to me, I know some people are complaining that there should be more romance, and there should be more interesting connectivity with these characters, especially with some of the side characters on Glen Powell's team. I kind of disagree because, yes, they are there for the comic reliefs, but the thing is, you actually get to understand them. Like, you have the girl with the drone, you have the crazy guy with the camera, you have the British reporter, you have the black guy who's like the kind of scientist. So you have these characters, even though they're in the movie for maybe 7 to 15 minutes, you know what they are, and you understand their motive and why they're in the film. And like, I know I want to compare this to like Disney's Wish, but like her side characters, I don't remember a single damn one of them. At least with this one, you will understand who they are and what they're trying to do. Of course, let's go talk about the technical aspects of the films. I do think the special effects were pretty solid. I was a little bit nervous on some of them because when watching that trailer, if you remember the scene where it was like the really, really glossy, red Dodge pickup truck, and you're like, ooh, that looks really too glossy. When watching the movie, the gloss is taken away, so there's a lot of good stuff like that. It seemed like there's a lot of practical effects that he actually tried, especially with them being the vehicles shaking, the vehicles turning upside down. Yes, of course, when you see the badass trailer of like the Fire NATO, yes, you know for a fact that is fake. But I feel like this is the same director that did Minari, knew exactly what he was trying to do. He's very much a heartland American filmmaker. And to get that guy's name, like I say, he's got an Oscar nom for Minari, Lee Isaac Chung. If you ever seen Minari, it's based in Arkansas. This is based in Oklahoma. Like, he knows American heartland. I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Korea, if I'm not mistaken, but he was raised in the States. No, see, he was born in Denver, Colorado, but he is Korean. That's my bad. Slapped in the freaking face. But it just feels like he understands it. Same with the director of, she won for No Man Land, and she also did The Rider. Like, just, they just feel like they understand middle America, and it's completely fantastic of how they do it. I just feel like when like city folks see this movie that are probably from California, Oregon, Washington, New York, they're probably not going to appreciate the country music. They're not going to appreciate the rodeos in this film. They're not going to appreciate just the overall heartland of America with that. If I could say one negative, it was special effects still pretty freaking sweet. I think the sound was pretty good overall. It felt like it could have been a little bit better mixing, but what do I freaking know about that? What I can say is a little bit of a negative to the third act. I want to say the air was out of the room, but there's just something that character does that you understand why it happened, but it just felt like, I want to say too easy, but it just felt like, okay, yeah, too easy is the right word, actually. That's the right word, because I was just thinking, like, okay, the person does something, and you're like, I understand what you're doing, but it just kind of ends, and you're like, okay, understand. And I can see him trying to make a sequel with this. Of course, why not? So I can see him, advancing the storyline, but I guess to do that, you got to make the tornadoes even more badass. I don't know how to say that in a really positive way, because tornadoes really hurt people, kill people, make people, have to leave homes. Everything goes away. I know they try to connect this with the first one from 96, if I'm not mistaken, which if you're wondering why I haven't reviewed it, I'm waiting for the steelbook to come, and it's been delayed for this person, so I'm a little upset about that. But when it comes to, like, they do a homage with, the little beads coming out and the Dorothy thing, they don't explain really why she has it. Maybe I completely missed the storyline, or just I need to watch the original, see how it connects. But I felt like that was just thrown in there to, have like, haha, but it didn't really serve a purpose. But overall, Twisters, it was a grand old time, in my opinion. If you want to see something with tornadoes, go crazy, go boom, boom, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I think that one's for you, because you got the rodeo, you got the American flags, you understand the heartland American. I think that is what you're looking for when you watch one of the movie Twisters. And again, if you want to see it in 40X, I think that's the best way to do it, because 40X is, oh yeah, we got the water going down, we got the chairs going, wah, 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 wah. So Twisters will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 80%. So see, the critics news scores gave this one. Critics 77% with 128 of them. No critic or audience score yet. Critic consensus. Summoning a storm of spectacle and carried along by the gal force, whatever, winds of Glen Powell's chemistry. Twisters forecast is splendid with a high chance thrills. I mean, that's my really shitty Matthew McConaughey. Okay. That's like Mr. Garrett's like, okay, buddy, we gotta do the okay. When we go to the high school, okay, with that 77. God, there's a reason why I'm not a voice actor, okay? 7780. Chase Glock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of the things, Futontopia, you Booftonians, think you want to great down. If you watch the tape tomorrow, week, 1:30, year from now, every single freaking one of you. And yes, just have freaking fun with this one.